Welcome, robot combat enthusiasts, to another electrifying episode of Havoc Rundown, the podcast where sparks fly, metal clashes, and the thrill of robot combat takes center stage. I'm your host, Justin, and we're diving headfirst into the heart of the mechanical mayhem that is NHRL. From Titanium Titans to Steel Gladiators, Havoc Rundown is your front row seat to the adrenaline-pumping world of robot combat. Whether you're a seasoned engineer, a casual fan, or just someone who loves to smell bot carnage in the morning, you're in for a wild ride. Each week, we'll be dissecting the latest bot battles, breaking down the strategy that led to victory, and interviewing the masterminds behind these robot combatants. We're not just talking nuts and bolts here, we're delving into the stories behind these mechanical warriors and the genius minds who bring them to life. Expect exclusive interviews with NHRL's brightest stars, behind-the-scenes stories that will leave you on the edge of your seat, and an expert analysis that goes beyond the arena. This isn't just a podcast, it's the Havoc Rundown. I'm not alone, though. Here to ask the technical questions, it's Ryan Hunter.
Hello there.
And here to ask the secret questions, it's Thomas Carroll.
Prepare for mass destruction.
Here to ask the dynamic questions, it's Tony Baker.
I'm back.
And our special guests this episode are two of the founding members of Team Pandamonium and one of the best families in combat robotics. It's Kevin Biagini, I think I said that correct, and Ariel Smith.
Did it.
It's amazing having you guys. Thank you for joining us on an episode.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we wanted to talk to you guys for a while, and we're finally able to fit you in. And we're going to be talking about the Teams event and Beetlejuice's amazing, run through that. So it's a perfect episode to have you on. First in news, Mass Destruction is this weekend, Saturday, August 24th from 10:30 to 6:30 at the Charles River Museum of Industry in Massachusetts. Kevin and Ariel both will be there. So will Thomas and Ashley. They will be on scene in person. So if you are in Massachusetts or want to go check it out, head on down to the Charles River Museum. Should be awesome. And then the other bit of news is that our Teams event special coverage aired on ESPN. If nobody has caught it, it's on ESPN News every once in a while. I think they're like re-airing it. And then September 1st, I believe, is when Chris said that they're going to be releasing all the additional footage and all that kind of stuff. So we should be able
on the ESPN streaming service.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So you can also watch it whenever you want.
Yeah. So if you weren't able to catch that in person, go watch it.
Honestly, though, you really should watch the full stream. The fights, everything that has not been released, because that 24 minutes does not do the final round of the team's justice at all. I don't want to. I want to be careful not to spoil too much of like what happened in fights and everything. But like, I know Ariel's Beetlejuice run was insane. The run of almost every, like, the way that it ended between all the teams, you really don't fully understand like how Pepe Kitty Miser and Dream Team were like neck and neck all day until you actually see it play out in real time. Yeah, it's that full stream. I think everyone should be extremely excited to watch that.
Yeah, definitely.
Just a really quick note before we get into the questions. I just want to say about Mass Destruction, if you have not been to Waltham before, there is really cheap parking behind the main strip of Moody Street. It's only a couple $1 a day, so just don't bother about parking on the street. Don't stress out about it. And there's also really good food on the street, too.
Cool. Okay, so with that out of the way, today we have a special episode lined up for you as we're joined by none other than Kevin and Ariel, two of the dynamic duo behind Team Pandamonium. We're going to take you on a journey through their incredible experiences in combat robotics, explore their past, their present, all that kind of stuff. We'll also be digging into Ariel's recent victory in the 3-pound division at NHRL Teams event, what it took to get there, and what it means to them as a team. And of course, we'll get their thoughts on competing at the Teams event and an unforgettable experience is now making waves as it airs on ESPN. As usual, though, I'm sure that you guys know how we start things off. We're going to start it off with our icebreaker question. So I hope you are prepared. Whichever one of you wants to go first, if you could be given a superpower, an off-brand superpower, what would it be?
Okay, so I actually thought about this. I knew it was coming. My off-brand superpower would be the ability to hit something like the Fonz and have it instantly fix whatever's wrong with it.
Nice. That would be such a useful skill for combat robotics.
Hey, done.
20-minute window. More like
3 seconds.
already done.
Hey, it's done.
I'm going to stay at the cage. Don't worry about it. I'm just going to stay right here.
There you go.
It'd be pretty great, but it would also have to charge batteries. So,
I don't know if it'll do that.
I don't know if it'll do that, but like it'll fix what's broken, but creating power is different. I don't know if mine has been used before, but my off-brand superpower would be never having to sleep ever again. There is so much that I want to do in my life, and having to sleep is such an inconvenience. Being tired is so inconvenient. I just want to never need to do it again.
But without the downsides, right? Just positive.
Yeah, just always.
Okay.
Always full energy,
always tired.
Able to focus.
The upside is you can't sleep.
There's a medical disorder where people can't sleep, right? Like they're fine. It's extremely rare, but I think there's a medical disorder where you can't sleep.
It'd be kind of like that, except she would have no downsides except for being chronically tired.
Yeah.
You should just be anywhere, just...
Okay, well, those are both awesome. Thank you for answering that. Now that we've gotten the icebreaker out of the way, Ryan, you wanted to start off with what you called the standard how did they start stuff. So why don't you start with that?
Well, first of all, could you introduce yourselves and tell us what your day jobs and everything like that is?
So I'm Ariel Smith. I am co-captain of Team Pandamonium. What I do for a day job is actually a really funny question, because as of last week, I quit my full-time job to open my own business doing, my own design work, like residential design and interiors, and try to get this makerspace that I'm sitting in right now producing some money as well. So that's what I do.
Awesome.
That's pretty awesome, yeah.
All right, and I'm Kevin Biagini, the other co-founder, captain of Team Pandemonium. And I work in sterile manufacturing. I actually get to program and work with 5-axis robots all day inside a sterile environment to fill small batch medications. It's pretty cool.
Oh, wow. That's
do you
really
have
cool.
Do you have to wear a suit to do that?
Not a suit, but I am in full scrubs, and depending on what rooms I'm in, there's different levels of gowning. It's pretty terrible. That's pretty terrible, okay? 14 layers of stuff on all day, and it sucks. But the robots are cool. That's fun.
You have a pretty epic beard. Does that not get in the way of
I wear
it?
3 beard nets.
Wow.
Just bang, bang, bang,
Why don't you just get the curler rollers and just roll it up every...
I used to. You just kind of just twist it up a bunch and then do a little pony. Yeah, it works.
That's cool, though.
All right, how did you guys get started in combat robotics?
It's my fault. So, always a big fan of BattleBots and all that, and one day I'm surfing YouTube and NHRL pops up, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. And then I'm like, oh, it's only 2 hours away, and I'm like, oh, vector kits exist, and this is when vectors were slowly dying out, and it was all on Thingiverse. I'm like, I could build this, and I did, and we went, and I dragged Ariel along, and I sucked. The robot went 1 and 2, and then Ariel got hooked and took the robot from me, and I built my own.
Was that originally Beetlejuice?
Yes. So my actual first bot was Beetlejuice. I did one event with it, and then did IDK and gave Beetlejuice to Ariel, who then fixed it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to this event and just support him. It's just another one of his nerdy hobbies, you know what I mean? I'll just go and watch, and I immediately got obsessed with this. And I think it was that event that we did the depth charge rumble, and it was the first time I ever drove a combat robot. We had extra spare Beetlejuices in, and everything was messed up on the robot. The controller was not doing what it was supposed to do. Didn't even matter. I left that rumble being I'm doing this. This is now just part of my personality. I got completely obsessed with it.
The rise of Beetlejuice is partly in part of the event that you put together, Ryan?
Yes, that's pretty awesome. Is that that when that depth charge thing was just idea that originally Gil was oh, you know what? Maybe we do something cool with depth charge or something at the end of the day. I'm I got you. And I put all the bot names on a board, including you guys. and we just went down and did the Rumble. That's really awesome.
If I remember correctly, you put depth charge on one side and started listing Beatles on the other, and it just kind of like, are we doing depth charge and all the Beatles? Sure, yeah, that's what we're doing. That's why I'm listing these Beatles.
And then we got down to the ring, and it's like, there's 8 of them. No, there's like 12 of them. No, there's like 13, and it just kept growing and growing.
People kept just showing up.
Rumbles a lot. They used to start off with like 5 or 6, maybe 7 robots. And then people would hear, oh wait, it's actually happening, and just show up. And we'd be loading robots into the cage, and Rob would be like, okay, that's it. And then there was like 4 or 5 more just in the line. Like, where the?
That's still one of the coolest clips, though, is sending Crash Fest across the arena. Just punting it like a golf ball being hit by a golf club.
Well, depth charge all the way up, like vertical, and then just slowly just comes back down and just bam.
Yeah. That's awesome.
The part that you guys didn't see of that is we were upstairs sitting next to the CEO, and Kelly was making a face like, oh no, Death Track's going to destroy the whole box. What's going on? Why did we do this?
She white-knuckled that entire Rumble. Just white-knuckled the entire thing. She's just sitting there like with her eyes wide watching it.
Like she can't stop it.
No. No.
Yeah.
It's going.
Can you tell us a little bit about the origin of the Team Pandamonium, and how did it all come together, what inspired the name, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I'll talk about how the team started and the inspiration of the name, and then we'll both talk about how the team sort of grew. So it's funny, when we came up with the name Team Pandamonium, we just wanted a team for Kevin, me, and Mar. And we never imagined that it would really grow and become as amazing as it is, and we would have such an amazing team. The whole panda thing it's sort of like our nickname for each other, and it just caught on. So like every once in a while I'll like say Panda, because that's like what I call him, and it's like, all right, Team Pandemonium, and then people like kind of like catch on to that.
That's adorable. I love that.
Yeah, so that's where it started. And then I think our the team sort of began growing when we did Krabby Spade, or Krabby Fall Spade, as other people pronounce it. And that's when we did a 12-pound with 5 3-pound robots. And it was all sort of like the first 3 letters of all the bots. That's how the team really started. After that, I think our first official member was, Matt Lantry. And it just sort of kept growing from there.
So after that, we had people like either approach us or, so like Corey Nason, he was just like, hey, you guys have an awesome thing going here. I want to be a part of it. And then some other people joined, like Donald Sung with Torrential. And he was just like, hey, everybody just was like, so like, hey, this team's awesome. Like, I want to be a part of it. And that's the best part about our team, is it's not like we don't pick and choose. Like, somebody will approach us like, hey, I want to be part of the team. Like, yeah, we think you'd be a good fit. And everybody brings something to the team. Like, Corey's got all this experience and all this time. And then like Johnny's just like, check out this awesome design I did and how cool it looks. And we got people like Matt, who's really good with the technical stuff, and he's really good with like 3D printing settings, and he also fabricates all of our wheels. And so the team just kind of came together, and it just keeps growing into this massive thing. And I think it was Luke had asked us once, he's like, so why the team? Like, what's the point? And it's just like, we're just a family that loves to help each other out. We all build together. We have like build days at the space, and just a good time with a bunch of people that all support each other.
Awesome.
So there's also Team Pandamonium, where you've combined with Team Stamina. How does that name change affect the whole Pandemonium cinematic universe? And will there be more name changes in the future as you absorb with larger teams?
Well, that's just the combined. It's like the fusion dance in Dragon Ball Z. You know, we got Goku, Vegeta in there. Yeah.
And then on event days, like, so people that have other entirely different robot designs, do you guys all like help each other like repair your robots? Like, if you've seen Team Defective, all the robots are relatively similar. They've all helped work on them before, and they kind of like combine like Voltron to fix each other's robots later in the day. Does that happen on your team as well, or is it kind of more like a loose team in that sense?
No, like we all help each other with our builds or repairs. Like the battle tots are very similar in design. They're both based off the original same force. So me and Matt help each other a lot on that. With Beetlejuice, we've all had our hands on Beetlejuice at some point, just helping with repair. Like, hey, do this while I do this. We all very much, even if we have no idea what we're doing, it's like, put the tool in my hand and tell me while you do this, and I'll help you. So we are very much Voltron. We all assemble and get things done.
What you're saying is that Team Defective and Honeycracked gonna have a run for their money in the not too distant future.
I mean, just give it a month and we'll absorb them too. We'll just be the biggest team in NHRL.
Well, even for unofficial members, when Ryan and I competed, like we were unofficial Pandemonium, and you guys helped us like so much. So yeah.
So come September, it's gonna be a bloodbath. That's basically what you're saying.
A few of us didn't actually. I think me and Ariel are the only ones on our team that didn't make it in.
Yeah, I'm on the wait list right now. But yeah, that's the thing I love most about our team is the amount of help that we do give each other. And, you know, we have a very active Discord server that's just our team. Everyone has their own build channel, and everyone is like, what should I do here? Did you guys use this part? How, you know, what do you think of this build that I'm doing? You know, should I tweak this? It's just great to have a community of people that really support each other. I love our team. I'm so thankful for our team.
Awesome.
Yeah, and apparently we all lend out each other's robots. So we have one of our newer members running Simon Devious, which is somebody else's robot. I don't know what they've said about it so far, so I don't want to give too much away. And then of course, like Downpour, Donald is amazing. He's just like, I have a lot of parts and I'm not running it this year. Who wants it? And we all volunteered Ariel. She didn't even know. It's like, you're the one doing it. And it all showed up and she's like, what am I doing?
Yeah, it was just like, here's this 12-pound vert. All I've really had experience with is a 3-pound horizontal. I'm like, all right, I guess I'm doing this.
That's awesome.
It's all the same thing.
Since we're on the topic of team, you have a new team member that everyone at the we're all excited about. How did Rob join the team? What's that's been like? And how excited are you to have Rob on the team?
We are so excited to have Rob on the team, and we had to keep it quiet for a bit. We're so excited to be able to announce that he's part of our team. Yeah, he's going to be a great addition.
I blame
so
Matt
cool.
Lantry.
Yeah, it's Matt Lantry's fault.
Yeah, but just the switch between, I know he's competed before, but just the switch between him being in charge of things, I wonder how hard it's going to be for him to let go of that. Just he's going to be down at the cage, and he's going to be like, no, don't do, damn it, I can't see it.
He's going to drive the house spot himself. He'll get stuck and he'll just unstick himself.
Just unstick me, don't worry.
I'm stuck and you're not doing it right.
There's going to be a fire in the cage. He's just going to put the mask on.
Oh, you know that's gonna happen. That's not even a joke. That's definitely gonna happen.
It'll just be an instinct.
Yeah, exactly. He's just gonna jump into that mode and do it anyway.
What's it like being like sponsors and stuff like that? It seems to be the big step up from just a mini little team to an actual like true team.
It's honestly like the sponsors we've picked up along the way have been great. It's the whole sponsorship thing kind of, well, Ariel has always sponsored the team. Like her business, 88 Studio, has always been a big sponsor. And the reason a lot of our bots even happen to begin with, at least like with me, Mar, and like Beetlejuice and like Ariel's bots. But then like at an event we had joked with Peter because we buy so much repeat robotic stuff. Like everything we have is repeat powered. Even tomato soup now is repeat powered, and we're just like, so when do we get a discount? And he joked, and we joked, and all of a sudden we're a sponsored team and we're throwing a sticker on stuff. And then at one event, Greg from Overture had showed up and had that little print booth set up, and we were talking to him and everything. It's like, hey, if you ever want to sponsor somebody. And through a couple conversations that Ariel had with him and he had with Tim Hebert, he's like, so I want to sponsor you guys. And it's great. It's great. It's crazy. Like, because like you said, it makes it real. We're not just like, hey, a group of people anymore. We're this sponsored team and we represent brands, and it's really exciting and really cool, and also terrifying because like, hey, we represent these brands and now we have to be on our best behavior.
You guys are always on your best behavior. It's fine.
We at the pit desk know what best behavior means, and I'm not going to get into that much, but you guys are definitely one of the best behaved or yeah, I'm trying to choose my words carefully here, but yes, we love you guys. You guys are the some of the best behaved teams, some of the best behaved builders, and I'm just going to leave it at that. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, they got Johnny to wear
appreciate that.
closed-toed shoes in the pits, so that's pretty impressive on its own.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Mr. Bahama himself doesn't know what shoes are, so they had to teach him what shoes are. It must be nice being able to just walk around barefoot all the time. So, robot combat is a huge part of our lives. What's it like living the combat robotic lifestyle? Like, you guys, it's very much like a part of your life. What is that like, just having like that as a huge chunk of what you do?
It became such a huge part of our life so quickly that we outgrew our house. All of our combat robotic stuff used to be in our basement, and we're actually talking to you from our makerspace that we rented so that we had a space to do combat robotics. Now it doubles as my office, but it really did take over our lives in a way that we did not expect. And it's nice because it's just like a couple minutes from our house, and we're here daily doing robot stuff or machining something or 3D printing something or designing robots. It really is an addiction.
How big
And
is
there's
this
just
makerspace?
always something to do. Like, this is the only hobby, and she knows this. I have ADHD to the extreme. This is the only hobby I've stuck with for more than like a year. I have vehicles at home that I'm working on in various states of disrepair, but this is the only hobby that I've stuck with. So I honestly, like, combat robots didn't ruin my life. It structured it. It made it better.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. You brought it up. Tell me about your cars. I really want to know about your cars. I've seen on your Facebook and stuff like that, like a little bit of it. Tell me about the cars.
Which one? So I have a 2004 Volkswagen Jetta. It's been my long-term project, we'll call it that. It's going on air ride, big turbo, should make about 450 horsepower when I'm done with the build. I have a Ford F-250 diesel manual truck with a 4-inch lift kit on military 37s.
Oh yeah.
My new toy is a Mazda Miata that's lowered and just all sorts of fun. And
every man needs a Miata. That's just how it is.
It's a blast.
We don't release the videos versus just audio only, but I will note that as Kevin is talking, Ariel is massaging her forehead.
Like,
I have to live with these vehicles on a daily basis. Like, I can feel my eyes rolling in the back of my head every time he talks about it.
I had 4 motorcycles. I'm down to 3. You know, only one of them runs, but I'm down to 3, and we're doing good here.
Kevin, you
His
have to
projects have taken over.
You have to find the moment to get her into it and get her excited about it too. You gotta bring her into all the hobbies.
I tried. So she was and is a Volkswagen person. I take full responsibility for that. I got her first Volkswagen, helped her do it up, and it's something she really loved. She doesn't have time for all these hobbies. I don't have time for all these hobbies, and that's why half my stuff's just sitting there like broken and like half taken apart. So
yeah, I really don't. I used to have a Mark IV Golf as well that I did like a Jetta front end swap on and all sorts of fun stuff, and then it was just like, it's too much. It's too much stuff. Too many hobbies.
So I'll happily let her just like stay with the combat robots because yeah, that's the fun one.
That's pretty awesome.
Fun thing.
Yeah.
Are you excited about the new Beetlejuice movie? Is there going to be a possibility of 2 Beetlejuice in the cage at the same time?
Oh, that's
Wait.
interesting.
What about 3 of them?
2-pound Beetlejuices? Sweet, you might be
Yeah,
onto
more like
something
5.
here.
5 Beetlejuices in
No,
a
that's-
12
We
pound
can't go more than 2. We
It has to be
don't
2.
want to
We're
blow
only on
the
2.
cage.
No, we
It's
need
got to be
3.
at least 3. It's got to be at least 3.
It
No.
has to be 3.
See that, and that's my theory currently is that there's going to be a Beetlejuice. There's Beetlejuice 2, and then shortly after that comes out, they're going to announce they're going to do Beetlejuice.
No, there's going to be
Because
the
that just
3
makes
pound,
sense. They have to do 3.
the 12
They
pound,
can't stop at 2. If they're going to name it that, they have to
and
do
the
3.
30 pound.
So 12-pound Beetlejuice exists in Vaporware CAD, and it's been talked about as a 30, but like 30s are expensive. I'm designing one now and going, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I think I wouldn't probably build a 12 pound or a 30 pound horizontal. I think that I would probably build something different.
yeah.
But Beetlejuice, 3 pound Beetlejuice is not going anywhere. So
But you had to beat Glenn at his own game and
Yeah,
do
I was gonna
Beetlejuice
say-
12. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
I was going to say
gotta
the
do
perfect person
Beetlejuice.
to talk to that about is Glenn.
yeah, it just seems so wildly expensive.
They're a bit.
But
yeah.
yes, I do want to. I mean, I want to get into the 12 pound class. So Downpour helped with that. We'll see what happens from there.
So when are we seeing Downpour? Is that
Downpour competed in what event was that? June. At the June event, Downpour was there as a 12-pound, which is torrential. Like it's literally just torrential in a different
it's just
color.
blue 3D printed parts and black TPU.
Don't you remember that? Don't you remember that fun fight with
Full court?
Full court.
Dude,
oh, right. Okay. Now it's coming back to me.
The second half of that fight was incredible because I'm sitting there cage side with her, and all of a sudden something just clicked, and she started driving the hell out of that thing, and it was incredible.
I also turned the weapon all the way up, which was incredibly helpful. Everyone was like, oh, keep it low, get more bite, and all that. And I was like, this isn't working. I think, what was it, Matt behind me? That was like full send. And I just like turned the weapon all the way up and it sort of worked.
Yeah, full court is kind of difficult to deal with though. So
it is.
Makes sense. What's the most memorable moment that your team has had while competing at NHRL?
I guess winning a dumpster for me.
That makes sense. I kind of figured that was going to be the answer.
Aside from that,
but if I had to pick that, it'd probably be the Sombra fight at teams. That was an amazing moment.
That was insane.
Well, since that's the most memorable fight, why don't you talk about that a little more? What was it like winning the golden dumpster at teams?
It was like the most amazing thing I've achieved at NHRL ever. It was so unexpected, especially after the way the day started, losing the chubby unicorn and just like burning up my weapon motor. I was like, all right, that's how my day's going. That's exactly what I expected. I'm going to go 0-2. The field is so stacked. It's fine. I'm just happy to be here. And then after that fight, everyone helped fix some of my ESC issues, and the whole day went completely differently, and it was just insane. It was insane to just like sort of keep winning fights when I was not even anticipating making the bracket.
Yeah, you had an amazing run. I remember watching it and we were just like, she won again, she won again, she won again. Oh, she's on a roll. Yeah, it was awesome.
We at the pit desk, we can't have favorites, but you know who our favorites are. It's just how it is.
What was it like competing at teams in general, like as a team? How was your experience at teams?
I mean, it was cool. I really liked the whole pit layout thing they did with the U tables was pretty cool, and the jerseys were awesome. I really think like that throwing the jerseys in and making us feel like this team and like competing against other teams was like this really cool concept they did, and I just felt so awesome with this jersey on. Like, look how official I am.
I really enjoyed having something that incorporated our team as a team. I feel like teams at NHRL are sort of an informal thing. Like, you register as a team, but beyond that, there isn't really any structure for what teams means at NHRL. And having this event where like our entire team as a team could compete, it was great. And I think that they should do more of that. Like, we were one of the few teams, I think, where we had a bot from every weight class that could compete as a team. And that was a lot of fun. We didn't have to there were a lot of amazing teams that formed because they had to find a 30 or they wanted to do a different thing. But for us, it was sort of like we had a 3, we had a 12, we had a 30. So all of us were original Team Pandamonium members already. So it was nice to just sort of have our team represented as our team in a more formal way.
Yeah, that's really cool. And I mean, Kelly did say that they're going to do more things like that. I don't know if it's teams specifically, but seeing as this is something that's reached more of a global stage and is seen by ESPN, I would not be surprised if this was a yearly thing that they did, or maybe more than yearly, but at least yearly, to do the annual teams event. Like, I could totally see that happening without any kind of issues. So I don't know. Hopefully, and you guys are amazing as a team. We see you working together all the time. So, just being able to show that, and I'm sure you guys are going to keep on wearing your jerseys every event. So it's going to keep unifying you and showing. Though you guys always had the panda onesies anyway. Yeah,
we actually recently ordered some of the team's jerseys for all of our other team members, with names and numbers. So everybody on our team now has one of the team's Team Pandamonium jerseys.
That's awesome.
To represent.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Are they all custom numbered and named? I forget if you could do that or not.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can.
If you order it online from the I forgot which website it was that they had that you could order from.
Explain.
Yeah, if you order it online, you can put your own name and own number and stuff like that, which I felt was weird. I was when I was looking at it and I was talking to Ryan about it, I just felt it was weird because if you're not on that team, like if I was like, oh, I'm gonna I don't know, Team Dream Team or something like that, and I have my name and number as Team Dream Team, it's like, yeah, that's cool as a thing, but if I'm walking around like that, I don't, just feels weird.
Yeah.
Like I'm not on the team. It feels
So
weird.
there is some like there was some worried about like misrepresenting the teams. I will say that the ones you can order on Exclaim do look different than the official team's jerseys. So the front of them's a little different, the numbering's a little different on the back. So like our jerseys, the official ones, the ones from the event, are different. But at the same time, it's like somebody going out and buying a Patriots jersey off the Patriots store, or the Giants. You could put your name on it. You're not a player on the team, and like I'm not really worried about somebody in the crowd going, that's my team, I'm on the team. And it's like, we don't know that guy. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm not worried about it from that side. I just felt, for me personally, it would feel weird, like having my name and number. I don't know.
As long as it's a Panda jersey, it's fine, you know? I mean,
when we're talking about like the Yankees or the Patriots, like that's completely different. That's like a multi-million-dollar, like whatever team. When I'm talking about like a small combat robotics team, I don't know, to me it felt weird just personally wearing that jersey around and pretending to be on the team.
That brings up an interesting question. You guys are this sponsor team. You're this one of the few, I would say, official teams. What do you see in the future for you guys as combat robots grows and everything? Like, what's your, not just like this next year or something like that, but like, what's your blue sky like?
I want to start a business for combat robotics that combines a bunch of the businesses now into one thing. I want to start a business where you can get your UHMW machined and buy your motors and buy your hardware, and just like somebody can go to you and instead of going to 8 different shops, go, I need everything from you, like, and do it all for them. It'd be really cool, and it's something that's not there. Like right now, if I want to build a robot, I have to go to CNC Madness, and I have to go to Planeform, or I have to go to Send Cut Send, and then I have to go to Peter's shop, and then I have to go to Seth's shop, and like to have everything in one place, I think would be really awesome.
I mean, bringing it back to your car thing, kind of like a car shop. Like I want to build this, bring it to a car shop. I want to build this. Oh, I have to go get the parts from different places, but you're still coming to me to put all that together and get that all done. Yeah, I like that.
Except it's almost like owning a parts store and the repair shop all in one. So somebody can just drop their car off and they don't have to go get the parts. The parts are already there. And so I'd do it all. They'd send me the CAD files. I'd be like, here's your custom UHMW pieces, but here's also off-the-shelf bearings and off-the-shelf motors and like weapon assemblies. So like I could sell a Peterbar kit and an SSP kit, but also make your custom stuff and give you all the parts. And like, here's your robot, and maybe even have an assembly service where you're like, just build my robot for me, and just one place that does everything.
Right. Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
Have all that stuff there.
Yeah.
So that if somebody wants to actually come in and actually do all and build the robot and everything else themselves, you have the entire everything in that one place. They can walk in and goes, okay, now help me build my robot. Like, let's pull these parts and do print the stuff off and everything else.
Yeah, and we do a little bit of that now with like some of the teammates, like Chris, who ran IDK Retro, and Hokey Pokey. He comes here and uses all of our equipment and comes in for the help and everything. And we like offer that service to our team now, but it would be cool to offer that service more publicly in the future.
Right.
Yeah, and my ultimate dream would be to just have a makerspace that offers all those services. I really want to get more into the education side of it and partner with like local colleges and high schools and things like that, and create a true makerspace and teach things about combat robotics and 3D printing and CNC and all that sort of stuff.
Right. How big is the space do you guys have right now?
What is it? It's only like a 500 square foot space or something like that, but it has all of our 3D printers. It has our test box, all of our soldering stuff and machining stuff. We have a Carvera Air coming soon, which is really exciting. So we're going to have a different CNC machine. And then we have, the MPCNC that Unicorn actually sold us that we use to do it.
Cool.
Not big enough is the answer to that question. Just the short answer is not big enough.
Yeah, it's already not big enough.
Until you can put your 12 cars in.
Is it ever big enough? Because the more space you have, the more projects and the more machines and the more, yeah.
It sounds like Kevin needs a couple garages for it too. And
Ow, stop.
I like this guy. I like it.
The joke is really that when we bought our house, I told him he had to keep all of his projects inside of the garage and like inside of buildings. That lasted like a month. Like, not even kidding.
To be fair, the garage is barely a garage. When I pull my truck up to it, the nose wouldn't even fit in the door, and my lowered car fits in with maybe like 2 feet above it. So it's barely a garage.
Yeah, more space. I can definitely see that. Are there any?
It's hard out there finding a house with an actual garage that actually has space in it. It's really hard.
Don't get Ryan started on the house, the whole housing market.
No. Please don't. I'll cry.
It's not okay out there for anyone looking for a house right now. If anybody was not aware of that,
our starter home is now going to be our forever home because that's just the way it is.
Fun.
That's what I've been telling our realtors. Like, oh no, this is a starter home. I'm gonna die here. What are you talking about? I'm not gonna sell it again. I'm gonna die and I'm gonna be buried over there. See the tree? That's it.
I never want to do this again.
Hey, Havoc fans, love what you hear on the Havoc Rundown. Want to support the show and get more exclusive content? Head on over to buymeacoffee.com/the Havoc Rundown. Again, that's buymeacoffee.com/the Havoc Rundown and show us some love. Every dollar you give helps keep the chaos coming your way. You want some more exclusive content? Join us on Patreon and unlock exclusive audio clips, behind-the-scenes content, and full transcripts from every episode. Dive deeper into the Havoc and be part of the Rundown community. You can even join our Discord. And for all of you merch lovers out there, we are teamed up with robotsruinmylife.com, which is a combat robotic merchandise store. For our official t-shirts and future merchandise, you can check it out there. It's the perfect way to wear your love for the Havoc Rundown loud and proud. So what are you waiting for? Fuel the Havoc at buymeacoffee.com/the Havoc Rundown. Join the Inner Circle on Patreon and grab your gear at robotsruinmylife.com. Thanks for listening, and as always, stay chaotic. Hey listeners, I'll get you back to the episode in a minute, but first I want to talk to you about something important. You have probably heard us talk about the robot merch we are wearing or seen teams at NHRL with some amazingly designed shirts and gear and said to yourself, wow, I would really love one of those. Well, you're in luck because a majority of the merchandise you are seeing is being made by Robots Ruin My Life, which is owned and operated by friend of the show, Anthony D'Ambrosio. This is a merchandise and customization shop specializing in robot combat team gear. Ever wanted to get your hands on a Ripperoni t-shirt or a Star Child jacket? Well, head on over to robotsruinmylife.com today. Again, that's robotsruinmylife.com for all of your BattleBots and NHRL merchandise. Check it out and let us know what team apparel you love to see in the comments. Okay, back to the episode. Do you guys have any upcoming projects or other robots in the works? I mean, you were talking about the 12 pound or the 30 pound that you have in CAD. Like, I'm sure you guys have a bunch of projects that just float around all over the place. I'm sure you guys have a big shared drive that just has like.
Actually,
we do.
Some non-robot projects.
So the 3s are very saturated, and it's getting very hard to be into. I mean, the wait list has 78 robots on it right now. The 12s, because of that, are now starting to get saturated. And I think this is the first event ever at NHRL that I've seen that all 3 weight classes are on the wait list. But my idea was to take same force and scale it itself up to a 30. That's my newest project, robotic-wise. Non-robotic-wise, because it's getting harder to get in NHRL, I'm building rockets. Yeah.
Yep. So, we saw, before we started recording, we saw the rocket, and you were talking about that.
So now, where did that
he also
come
has an
from?
ant.
Oh yeah, I mean the Mass D ant. So I did build a plant for the first time ever, and it's really cool and awesome. It's just a mini Minotaur.
Sick.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I was going to ask about Mass D. Or you guys are looking forward to Mass Destruction this weekend. You guys are both going to be there competing. Should be a pretty cool event.
I think Thomas had a question.
Yeah, how did the rockets come about? That's kind of out of nowhere.
Okay, so I have always been I'm a nerd, so I'm on YouTube, and I started following this guy, BPS Space, and I saw all his cool rocket stuff, and in middle school, as a school project, we built rockets and launched them, and I've always liked doing it, and then I saw high powered, and I'm like, oh, wow, I really want to do this is awesome, and Ariel's like, you have too many hobbies, stop it, and this is actually Tim Hebert's fault, because he comes up to me and he goes, didn't you say like Tom is level 3 or something like that? And I'm like, so hey, guess what? I want to do my level 1. And it snowballed. And now me and Ariel and Tim Hebert have all purchased the same kit, so we can help each other. And we're going for a level 1 certification in November.
So explain that to people, because like me, who don't understand that, because the last time I did rockets, it was like Boy Scouts, and it was going and we did like this whole like sleepover at Sikorsky, and learned about aerodynamics and rockets and stuff like that. This is the last time I had any interest in rockets. So explain the whole level system and how that works for any robot listeners who are now going to get addicted to that because we're talking about it.
Yeah, let's start a rocket club.
Yeah, let's do it. There's group chat coming. So I'm just going to try not to hurt Tom too bad, but so pretty much there's a level of rocket motors that you can get off the shelf, and it's all labeled alphabetically. So there's A through G. Each letter up is twice as powerful as the last. And then there's motors. They're not engines, they're called motors. That's what propel it, that you need certifications to get. And there's different levels depending on the motor you're running. Level 1 is like a H through I motor, and depending on the rocket, you're talking like 1,000 feet in the air, 2,000 feet in the air. And then level 2 is the next set of motors, and level 3 is like pretty much the sky's the limit motor wise. And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff you got to do, but with enough licensing and enough clearances, you could literally launch a rocket to space. You just have to go through all the steps and all that fun stuff. And so I got tired of the off-the-shelf stuff. I've launched a couple larger rockets like G motors and stuff, and I was like, let's do high-powered. And so I'm going to launch a rocket in November that'll go up to about 1,200 feet and do 217 miles an hour, which is just, and that's like the bottom end of high-powered rocketry. So, big boom, bigger boom, bigger boom.
Right.
One note I'll say is that the sky is not the limit, it's your wallet.
Yeah,
attach it to a 30-pound robot,
hey, now,
fired across
that would require a lot of thrust.
At one point, we did have a little rocket on one of our mini bots. We were going to try to do a rocket-powered mini bot in the 3-pound class, and our testing was terrifying. And luckily, it did not work in the box, because I remember testing it in, not there, and it just spun itself into chaos. So it would have been really fun if it worked in the box, but luckily.
Reminds me of my favorite Kelly quote where she just says flaming fart. I really just wish we could have rocket motors back. They were something.
It was something, all right. It caused a lot of issues. Do you think, okay, so talking about the rockets, do you think that that's something that could have, do you think those are two hobbies that could cross over sometime in the future, even though they're rocket motors are not currently allowed at NHRL? Is that something that can you envision a way that those two can?
It is.
Yes,
it is.
It's actually already in the works.
Okay.
So for Battle Tots, I'm going to be building everyone on our team sort of makes a Battle Tot, a smaller version of a BattleBot. I'm going to be building Bronco, and I'm going to be using rocket technology to make that happen. I'm going to let Kevin explain it, though.
Pretty much in some high-powered rocketry, they use pneumatic cylinders to deploy the chutes. And this one guy does something, and I think it's an MIT thing that they did. It's called a pyro bolt, where you drill out a bolt and you put some black powder in, and you hook that up to that pneumatic cylinder instead of having an air tank, because you have much more energy density than you do air or CO2 or anything like that. So I designed this system that will use a bunch of these pyro bolts and a microcontroller and allow you to fire off this pneumatic cylinder, all while staying very small and lightweight. And so the idea came from rocketry, and now it's going into combat robots.
Awesome.
So NHRL is going to love us when I show up and say, I have a black powder weapon.
It's just ram set rounds with extra steps. It's fine.
A black powder launcher, yeah. That's. I'm sure that's going to be. I mean, because the first thing they're going to do is go, okay, fire, safety, come over here.
I mean, people have been talking about ramset cylinders and other sorts of fast-burning propellant-based cylinder lifter, flipper, stabber things for a while, and as far as I know, you're allowed to do it, just nobody has yet. Either that or people have, and it had some problems.
I think we got pre-clearance on this one. Like, I think we floated this idea, but I think we have to really reach out to them and make sure it's good.
We have Rob on your team, so
We already have robots getting launched up into the ceiling just with regular robots. Like, if you're actually actively firing up, I'm wondering if they're going to get stuck in the ceiling.
That would be kind of amazing.
Cool.
Yeah, I want to see how much launch that you're able to get off of that. That sounds really interesting and really exciting.
Imagine getting your fork stuck in the ceiling.
Yeah, it's like, doof. It didn't come back.
Well, who was it that came down and stuck in the floor?
Yeah.
Which bot was that?
12 pounders, wasn't it?
It was
that happened this year.
It was a 30, wasn't it? Wasn't it one of the? It wasn't Tsunami.
Was it Ares?
I think so. Yeah, I think it was Ares.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
I know it was in a big cage.
Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah, I mean, we have a couple flippers. That's something that I definitely want to see more of, though. So I'm really excited that you guys are experimenting with that, and we might see a very explosive flipper in the future. And I definitely want to get Kelly's her thoughts on that being a weapon. So
they're doing what?
Yeah,
she'll love it. She's gonna love it.
Yeah, I know she will. Well, she'll love the concept, and then she'll worry about the safety and everything on the back end.
Then she'll white knuckle the entire match.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Like, literally melted the cage. This is
Yeah.
I just need to prove I can't make I can't projectile a bot faster than the projectile, limits. So as long as I don't do that, I think it's okay. I doubt it will. It's probably going to be it's going to do nothing for the first couple times. So
it'll be cool though.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be fun because it also have a big puff of smoke come out of the sides and everything. You should really make really cool looking vents for it to spews out the black smoke through some vents on the side and stuff.
Nostrils go for Bronco.
Yeah, nostrils. Yeah, for Bronco. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
a good idea. I'll incorporate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Okay, so that will be in the cage. This is Battle Tots. So that'll be in the cage with another robot as well. So you'll have to be worrying about one robot while the other one sneaks up behind you and black powders you into the ceiling.
Yeah, that's kind of the plan. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's very cool.
Are there parts of Battle Tots that we haven't seen yet that you're excited about?
So you've seen the 3 current. There is a couple planned, including a mini Bloodsport, Bronco, and there's been a couple ideas tossed about from other teammates. Right now, the main 2 and the main ones going to finals is still going to be Froggy and Same Force.
Right.
For now.
I'm sure you've been asked this before, but what's the 250? What's the Pandamonium 250? I know what Johnny's is, of course.
That's a crossover, actually.
Yeah.
So Ariel hates this. A year ago now, I bought 29 hoverboards. Okay, they're on Facebook Marketplace. It was cheap, and then I saw Death Roll, and I'm like, wait a minute. He uses these things to drive, and I actually developed a drive system using hoverboard motors and hoverboard controllers, and a really cheap. So there is a 250 in CAD. It's going to be this really cheap robot. The whole selling point of this robot is we're going to spend less than everyone here and kick their asses, and that's also a crossover robot. Again, me and Tim Hebert are the exact same person, and so he's like, hey, this, and I'm like, hey, guess what, I'm already working on it, you want to help me? And he's like, yes, let's do this. So the 250 eventually. I mean, right now the whole BattleBots thing is up in the air anyway, so
right. Yeah, I mean, they just announced the death matches or whatever they're calling it, but I mean, BattleBots is a tournament. We're not sure exactly what that's going to look like in the future. I think they're having a little bit too much fun with their Destructathon and turning it more into a theme park than a tournament. So, but we'll see what that's going to look like in the future. As far as the future of NHRL, we've talked about what your team looks like in the future. What are your feelings as far as the future of NHRL and the direction that everything is going? I'm trying to think exactly how I want to word this.
What do you see for the future of combat robots in general?
Yeah,
and where do you see your team in it?
I am really excited to see how this ESPN thing changes the NHRL arena. I know that there were some things that came out about like possible leagues and stuff like that. I'm just really excited to see it grow. It is really hard to be part of that growth and understand that that means that you can't go to every event. As a team, we've always wanted to just be at every single event, and being waitlisted is hard. It's hard for anyone who gets on the waitlist, but I think it's a necessary evil to make sure that the event grows appropriately. I don't know what's going to happen, but
I have a secret way that you could be involved in every single event. You can work the event, which is also very, very fun.
We have thought about that. If we don't get into an event, then we'll try to work the event. We've definitely considered that.
Come join the dark side. It's fun. It's fun over here. It's okay.
I think they're going to need runners in September. So
if I don't make it off the wait list, I'm calling Jimmy. Okay.
Jimmy will say
yes.
Win.
I mean, I've already talked to Jimmy. I joked to one event. I'm like, listen, if I ever don't make it in, I'm working the event. He's like, just tell me. I'll tell you when to show up.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, you'll be like, Jimmy, I want to work. Win now. Be here now.
Please come now, please. I'm really trying to get into at least one more event before finals because we've made some massive changes to like the TOTS. They're both getting changed up. I have done some major upgrades to Same Force, and I really want to try them out before finals. But as far as the direction of NHRL and the sport as a whole, I think NHRL is growing exponentially faster than anybody ever thought it would. And with that, there's a lot of growing pains. Like Ariel said, waitlisting and all that. I would love to see there be like an amateur league and things like that. But the other cool part about this is we're seeing events happen like outside of NHRL. Like Mass D is coming back and it's like, hey, we're going to do multiple events a year, not just one this year or one this year. And that's the more exciting part for me because like NHRL's awesome, the venue's awesome, but I want to go experience other places. Like there's only one Mass D, there's only one like it. So like because it's growing so much, we're going to see a lot more events pop up for people that are like, I just want to fight somewhere. And that's going to create a lot of cool experiences for people.
Yeah.
Like NHRL has gotten the word out to so many other people that want to do this that I think these other events are like, wait, there's an audience for this. Let's actually exploit this and use this and bring them together. So I think that's really good. And hopefully there'll be even more opening up around the country and whatnot.
Yeah.
It is such a cool hobby, and just being in this makerspace, every time someone walks by, they're like, what are you doing in there? That's insane. Like, I think that people don't realize how cool combat robotics really is. It's just like so much fun.
Yeah.
You get to like make all these toys and then break other people's toys with your toys and watch your toy get broken. And it's like, feeding your inner child every time.
Well, like you were talking about
down into the high school levels, we have like the first robotics, those competitions and stuff. I'd like to see a combat robotics like teams and stuff like that in it. We've got the esports and stuff like that already in high school. It's like, why not have this in high school? Like, why not make this a team sport and have the high schools and everything else compete?
Yeah, definitely. And like you were talking about the ESPN thing, I definitely think that it's gonna start showing more people, because that's the whole hurdle that we have to get over, and that's what Kelly was talking about, and that's what Chris talks about all the time, and that's what their whole thing is. The biggest hurdle is introducing people to the sport and doing it in a way that they're going to want to continue either watching or engage. And the long day stream that we were having before isn't always the best way to introduce people to that, because they don't want to sit there and watch a 10-hour stream. So showing that ESPN documentary, even though it doesn't show, it only dips its toe into the water of exactly what is going on, still is enough of a, hey, look at this is really cool, do you want to learn more kind of thing. And I think the shorts, even though some of them are hit or miss, some of them are good, stuff like that starts poking in different areas for people to understand what this is and understand that this is not necessarily BattleBots, but it's a more accessible and more understandable and more down to earth real life BattleBots, if that makes sense, if you understand what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I think more stuff like that, and the more that we introduce the general public to what this is and people start seeing it and understanding it, and the more it grows, the more events we're going to see pop up, and the more events we see pop up, the more people have a chance to compete and test. And yeah, so
I mean, I'm kind of interested if there's a way to introduce people into a lower end, like non-combat robotics, like sumo and stuff like that. I would actually be very interested to see like your team design a sumo bot, and like all the higher, like really, I'm doing quotation marks, pro league people develop like something non-combatic and use that as be like, okay, we can, similar to how they're designing the Eric kit, also be like, hey, you can also make this tabletop arena that doesn't need glass all over the place, and just be like, you can learn how to drive by doing this, and then move into plants, and then move into like ants, and then be able to move all the way up into the more, shall we say, dangerous things, the more like explosive, like, okay, this is actual combat robotics kind of things. Is there anything that your team would think as far as doing that sort of stuff?
Yes. So actually, so within our maker space, we're actually in a collective of artists and other makers on a floor of a building, and like once a week or every other week they do these art shows, and we've actually talked about taking a couple of our mini bots, the annoying wedges with no weapons, and putting a big tape square in the floor and letting people get into it that way, and like giving them a taste. Like you said, I've also approached my Mars school and said, hey, because they go back to school and they're like, hey, this is awesome, look what me and my dad did. And I was like, so do you guys want to do it? So I've like approached them about the same thing, like let's find a way to make our mini bots, our wedge bots, like really easy, really affordable, really dumb to build, so like anybody can do it. If you're like this 7-year-old person that saw BattleBots on TV and thought this was amazing, you've never touched anything like it in your life, well, cool, you can build this mini bot and go play and practice. And so along that line, we do want to take something really simple and not dangerous and just be like, play with it, like get into the sport, get your hands on, drive something, have fun.
We've talked about, there's been whole conversations about like things that we could do that at NHRL or with that space that are not specifically combat. We've talked to Jimmy before, we've talked amongst ourselves before, and there's been a couple ideas that have thrown up. I know one of them that we kind of went down, and it was when we started talking about freestyle events and doing different freestyle things other than grudges, and that's where like the King of the Hill came from, but doing like a Olympics day and having people bring just those mini bots or just a bot that can push things around, and having those different events in the cage, like capture the hill and that kind of stuff, or just like you're saying, just like bots that don't need all those safety things around them, or not as much safety things around them, and don't need to know how to spin up a weapon or how to do that kind of stuff, and just get that driving experience in. Something that anybody can do and anybody can experience is another way to, get people to experience the sport and understand what exactly is going on. So
it would be cool to see the sportsman theme too, like the sportsman league to come back.
Yeah. There wasn't
Beetle sportsman.
The most important. Is the most important part of being.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you have a weapon and everything else, but if you can't drive, you're done.
I would love them to reintroduce sportsmen, because sportsmen went away because there wasn't enough interest. And I don't think there was enough interest because there was no wait list. There was so much room for people to do the regular bots. I think now with the waitlist involved and how much interest there is and how much we get people flooding into it, bringing something like that back makes a lot more sense now, because I think a lot more people would be interested, and it would be an easier entry into like 12s and 30s, because it's a lot. I mean, you'll agree, Kevin and Ariel, that a lot of that cost that goes into making a 12 or 30 is making that weapon work, or how am I going to introduce, or the armor, or a sportsman. That's not so much. Like, you could make a wooden sportsman. So.
Yeah.
It's definitely like repair costs.
Yeah. Redundancy in parts and everything like that is like a huge cost. So, hey, if we can start getting people to start competing in some way with a 12 or 30 sportsman, then maybe they will start getting into that and keep building and encourage more people to build in 12s and 30s and stuff like that. All right, design challenge. What is the Beetle Sportsman Sumo bot of your dreams? And you can't have Matt Lantry help you, because I know he could just.
That's not fair.
You can't just be like,
it's a team effort.
Yeah, I mean, I can't just call out championship qualifier Half-Life. Like, come on, man.
Exactly. No.
Matt's on vacation.
Yeah, Matt's on vacation. He's got too many wheels to make right now. Leave him alone.
The 3-pound sportsman of my team would be Hodor. That would be my dream bot. So which is actually competing at Mass D this, That's what I'm bringing.
I really like Hodor. Hodor is a great bot. Can you describe Hodor? I don't think Hodor has been seen quite as much as your other bots.
Yeah. So Hodor was built out of our incredibly effective, annoying mini bot, which is just a doorstop. It is a wide TPU doorstop. And what I decided to do is take that, scale it up to weigh a full 3 pounds, and put a lifter right in the middle of it, which is more effective than I ever thought it was going to be. It was just really going to be a for fun bot. Once I introduced a comb fork to it, which is the sort of new thing that everyone's doing, it started working really well. But yeah, it's a dual action lifter. I don't know what the right term for that would be, but it has a lifter that can go down to lift the entire body up, or a lifter that goes up so that you can sort of grab things. But it's just a simple doorstop. And if you've seen Game of Thrones, Hodor, hold the door, that's where the name came from. It is literally just a big TPU 3 pound.
Okay, very cool.
It's gonna kill everything.
Thomas, do you have any special questions to finish us off?
Do I have any special questions?
That's a scary question.
I know, but he always has. Thomas is our breaking reporter, because he always has. But whenever I put him on the spot, he doesn't have something. So
yeah, they kind of just come when you least expect it.
Yeah. Okay, so final question. Masty is this weekend. You were talking about bringing Hodor. What else are you bringing? What are you looking forward to? Just leave us off with the next event that you guys are going to be at.
Yeah, so I'm bringing Hodor. The thing I'm most looking forward to is my first experience at a combat robotics event that is not NHRL. This is my first time going to an event that isn't NHRL based. So that'll.
Will you be going to the arcade just down the street from the Mass Destruction event to play some Dance Dance Revolution and/or other classic Japanese arcade games?
Do they have initial D? Because if they do,
yes.
I'm sold. Oh, I'm sold.
That's initial D 0.
I'm going. I probably still have my card somewhere.
I'll race you.
I'll be bringing Minotaur to Mass D. So this is not only my first event outside of NHRL, because all I've ever done is NHRL, so I'm really excited for that. This is my first plant I've ever built, and I completely winged it. Everybody's like, hey, don't do this. I'm like, oh, wait, I already did. I'm doing it. Shit. So this is, I mean, this is, listen, my first robot was called, I don't know what I'm doing, and it qualified. Right. So, I'm good at winging it. So I'm really excited because this is the first time I've ever done a drum. This is my first 2-wheel drive vert drum robot ever, and it's my first time ever doing something completely out of plastic. And so I'm gonna have a lot to learn, and I'm really excited just to get in there and destroy it and have fun and see what happens, because it's so low risk. Like, the robot cost me literally like $50 to build because I just used a bunch of crap we had lying around.
Right. Yeah, makes sense.
The other thing I'm really excited about is the amount of Team Pandamonium bots that are going to this event. I think, what do we have, like 8? And technically, Tim and his girlfriend also registered as Pandemonium for this event, just as a haha. But it's going to be great to hang out with our team in a different venue, and with so many people going.
Yeah. Well,
as far as I've heard, it's very chill. It's a lot more chill than NHRL ever is. It should be a lot nicer and a lot like you won't hear us yelling over the loudspeaker every 5 seconds. Yeah, it's supposed to. We've only done the event in Hartford.
Yep.
And it's so nice being able to be like, oh, this is just chill. Everybody's kind of like doing their thing. There's no like pressure on you necessarily. There's pressure to repair your bot, but there's not really there's not a ton of pressure. It's just nice. You're kind of hanging out with your bot friends, and that's it. And it's fun as hell. That was nice. That was our first event outside of NHRL was doing that, and it was very chill. It was very nice. So you guys should have a lot of fun. Not saying NHRL is not fun. I'm just saying you guys should have a lot of fun doing that, and it should be really cool. Yeah, less stressful. Yeah, especially with the plastic. I can't wait to see how that goes. Like I said at our opening, Thomas and Ashley are going to be there. We're going to see if we can get them to record some audio for us to play on our next episode, so we can get some on-site reporting from our special field journalist, as I have him titled in our podcast recorder, because that's what he likes to do.
He will not let you down.
Yeah. Okay, so that's all we have. We thank you guys so much for being on and talking to us. We hope you have fun at MassD. We can't wait to see you in September. Anybody else have anything else before I close? Yes, definitely that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
When everybody sees that fight, it's going like they did not do that justice at all.
Well, they didn't do a lot of stuff justice.
Yes. Oh.
And again, like we were talking about, if you watch the ESPN thing and you are already part of NHRL, it's like watching NHRL through this tiny, tiny little peephole. And everyone that knows NHRL and was there was like, oh, they didn't show enough. But then you go to the other side of it, and people that don't know anything about it, that might be enough for them to open the door. So,
you like watching the Super Bowl on a 2-minute commercial.
Yeah.
Just
makes sense.
Highlights.
I'm excited for the stream to come out. Now I just have to make it off the wait list so I can actually qualify for finals with Beetlejuice. Because I have a dumpster, but I haven't qualified.
Yeah. That's kind of stupid, but yeah. Okay, well, on that note, my fellow bot enthusiast wraps up another thrilling episode of the Havoc Rundown. We've talked to Kevin and Ariel about Team Pandamonium, their amazing team, their gigantic family of robots that they have, and what their history was, where they came from, and their thoughts on NHRL and all that kind of stuff. Before we sign off, a massive shout out to our incredible listeners. Your passion for robot combat fuels the gears of this podcast. We're grateful that each and every one of you. As we power down for now, remember to subscribe, rate, and listen. Leave your comments. Let us know your favorite moments from today's episode and share your thoughts on the world of robot combat. We love hearing from you. Stay tuned for more electrifying interviews, behind-the-scenes insights, and the latest from the National Havoc Robot League. Until next time, this is the Pick Control crew signing off from the Havoc Rundown. Keep the sparks flying, and may your gears always turn in your favor. Everyone say goodbye to our wonderful listeners.
Goodbye.
Farewell for the time being.